Hey guys, I just want to take a minute to run through the course description and the rubric for this region research project that you're going to be starting today. So the gist of this project is you're going to pick a region of the world that's not part of the United States. When I say region, think country. So essentially you're going to pick a country and you're going to research the physical, political, social, and economic characteristics of that country for this project. So what this project is essentially doing is you're researching the geographical and historical characteristics of this region today. And that is a point I want to reemphasize, that you're researching this country, the characteristics of this country as of the present, as of today. Sometimes I'll have people who will, sometimes when I do this project, people will have characteristics from the past or previous eras back when the country was under like different governments or different social structures or cultures or things like that that don't really apply to the present. So make sure when you are researching, you're getting sources that are describing the present characteristics of the country. Okay. So when we're talking about these characteristics, when we say physical characteristics, for this, think of the natural features. So what's the climate like? What's the terrain like? Are there any major landmarks or landforms like mountains or rivers or I don't know, major forests or things like that? What's the type of environment? What's the landscape of this place like? When we're talking about political characteristics, think of things like the type of government they have. What are some of the characteristics about their government and political structure? Who are their current political leaders? Who is currently in charge of this place? For social characteristics, think of culture. So what are the important elements of this country's or region's culture? And culture is a pretty broad concept. It can touch on a lot of different things. So there are a lot of different areas and social characteristics that you can touch on. For economic characteristics, these would be things relating to like what's their major economic activity or their major industry. How does this country make its money? What is the standard? What is the average standard of living like, or the typical standard of living like for the average person living here or living there? So those are just some examples of the types of things you should be looking up for each of these types of characteristics. Normally, in person, this project would be a presentation, but since we're virtual, this is going to work a bit different. So when it comes to how you submit this or the type of format you choose to do this, I really don't care. As long as you're addressing and incorporating all of the content that I want you to find for your region, I don't really care how you choose to present that or go about it. So you can write an essay describing this. You can make like a PowerPoint. You can make a video of yourself presenting. If you have another idea of something that you want to do that's not listed here, run that by me. Send me an email or check with me in my office hours just to run it by me, and I'll probably say yes if it'll work. Again, I really don't care how you choose to do this. All I really care about is, are you finding the correct information? Are you getting and addressing all the necessary parts of the content that this project is asking for? Also, you are going to need to include a works cited, where you cite properly in APA format the sources that you use, the sources that you get information from. Again, this goes back to when I said over the syllabus to not plagiarize. As a part of not plagiarizing, we have to give proper credit to the places and the sources where we get our information from that we don't already know or that's not common knowledge. If you need a citation guide to cite in APA format, I have a link to Purdue OWL's guidebook right here. So if you click on that, that will take you to Purdue OWL's APA formatting guide. And Purdue OWL does it. This is Purdue University's their online writing lab, and they do a really great job of breaking down all of the major citations formats. We're going to use APA in this class just because I think you're going to use APA more often. So this will just give you some practice using that format. As you can see on this page that it links to, it gives you some general formatting guides, but if you have a specific source that you need to know how to cite, over here on the left-hand side of the page, running down, is their reference list for specific types of specific types of sources and the formats, the format of how to properly cite each of these sources. And when I say format, there is a specific format that you need to follow. You will not get full credit for your work cited if you just give me the URL. You have to follow the formatting guide. When it does come to information that you can't find about a source, then just skip that from the formatting guide. But if you can find that information, then you should include that. Okay? This is an important habit to get yourself in the habit of doing, not just for geography or social studies classes, but for all of your classes, especially if you plan on going to college. You really need to get in the habit of citing your sources. So that's where you can find right here at this link there. That's a link to Purdue OWL's citation guide to show you and give examples of how to properly cite in APA. Then down here is the rubric. Oh, one more thing. So this assignment is due Monday night, August 24th at 11:59 p.m. So you have plenty of time to get this project done. I'm giving you, you're basically getting 4 days of class time to get this done. There's no reason you should not be able to get this done and submitted by Monday. That's plenty of time to do this. So, looking over the rubric, as you can see, the bulk of your points are coming from the content. So, are you thoroughly describing the physical characteristics, political characteristics, social characteristics, economic characteristics? So when I'm saying thoroughly describing, it means addressing those different aspects that I mentioned above. If you don't address all of them or you don't give enough detail, then you're going to start getting partial credit for these categories. And then the last category for the rubric that you'll get points for is your works cited. So if you have a properly formatted APA works cited, you will get full credit. And you'll get partial credit if it's either not properly formatted or if you don't have a works cited at all. All right? If you have any questions about this project, email me, come to my office hours. Again, you've got plenty of time to work on this. So if you start now and start working early and run into trouble, we've got plenty of time to work to help you get out of it. But if you put this off until like Sunday or Monday, you're going to have a tough time, and there's not really going to be a whole lot of time left for me to help you out. So the earlier you start and the earlier you figure out where you might be stuck, the more time and the easier it's going to be for me to help you out. All right. One other thing. Before you start researching, I do want you to complete the survey that is included in this module. There is a survey where you're just going to list the region or the country that you're going to research, just so I know going in what your research topic is, so that way if you do need help, I already have an idea of where to help you. Okay? So again, if you've got questions, let me know. If that's it, if we're all good, then have a good day, guys.